It's to match the audio with what we see on here, so we know where to actually match it up. All right, so here we go.
Alrighty. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Internet World, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of the Commission Project. We are here today with Glenn Cooper. He's going to tell you all about himself in a minute, okay? Behind the camera today we have...
Hey, guys, it's Wendy.
Yep. So our other editors and recording people, our other crew parts of the Commission Project, they're all working on other projects this morning. So it's just Wendy and myself that's in the grind of it. But it doesn't matter. We're in good company. We out here in Frankston at the cafe. What's this cafe called?
Cafe Trims.
Cafe Trims. Okay, there we go.
Well, I'll give you the address. It's 40 Plain Street, Frankston. It's my office.
There you go. 40 Plain Street. This is where you're going to find Glenn when he's not working with young people, fishing and doing other stuff. This is where he's chilling, having his meetings and planning the next journey. Anyway, enough of me talking. Glenn, welcome to the channel, man. How are you?
Good, Johnny. Yourself?
Not too bad.
No, mate, I'm good.
It's a lovely Melbourne morning.
Yeah, it's turned out lovely, hasn't it?
Yeah, there you go. Nice and warm.
Yeah,
the sun's out.
Yeah, it's better than what it was last week when it was pouring down rain.
Oh, man, tell me about it. And we're still in winter, aren't we?
Yeah.
Still winter, yeah?
I think it's 2 weeks before it's spring.
Oh, my gosh,
So,
yeah.
No, so it's good. So,
there you go.
So
all Melburnians are very...
I'm sorry, mate. People
happy
walk
about
past and wave at me and I've got to wave back.
Yeah, no, you feel free, man. You feel free. So, guys, if you here with me, you would like kind of feel the atmosphere. Folks walking by, they recognize this man. They know who he is. They're waving. So there'll be a few disruptions throughout this interview, but look, as part of the culture, this is what we're trying to promote. It's community fellowship. All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Glenn. So this is a typical basic question to kind of start every interview with, but it's worth starting it with anyway. Can you tell us about yourself?
About myself?
Who is Glenn Cooper? Yeah, who is this man?
Who's Glenn Cooper? I'm just Glenn.
Yep.
Oh, they call me Guru Glenn. I'm a mad fisherman. I love my fishing.
Yep.
All right. But overall, mate, I'm just a normal bloke.
Yep.
Right, that loves out my community. Right, that's done a lot here in the community since 1985.
Wow.
Right, I've been here. I've worked in the community with disadvantaged people, most of it. You know, like I've done Bible college here.
Yep.
Right, up at CRC when it was here.
Okay, wow.
Right, so we've done that was back in the late 80s.
Look at that.
Right, so I've been around here for a long time.
Yeah, oh my.
Working with it. Now I've got another organisation called That's the Thing About Fishing, right, which we'll get probably a little bit more into that.
Perfect.
Right, later on.
Okay, so how I met Glenn, guys, is I work in the school, and part of the work in my school is to have our students engage with different community leaders doing different things. And through another teacher, she found Glenn's information. We made the call. We met Glenn. The rest is history. The young people are enjoying that particular program that we run with Glenn. And Glenn does stuff with like the NDIS community and many other members of the community. It's basically fishing, yeah, that you do?
Well, that's the core of it, right? We use fishing to actually open the door up.
Okay.
To be able to communicate and then help other people.
Yep.
Right, whether it be with mental health, right, domestic violence, right, kids, the whole lot, right?
Yep.
So it's an NDIS, of course. We do a lot of it. You know, we work with a lot of the NDIS, you know, take them fishing and things like that. So fishing is just the part of the door opener.
Okay, there you go.
Right, so we use that to open up the door, especially with youth.
Yes.
And kids that are actually in trouble and things like that. As you would know,
the
police, like Peter Vanderveer,
right,
actually sends kids to me that he thinks that are good kids.
Look at that,
Right? And we work with them, and try to change their lives.
There you go.
To a positive thing.
So if we're looking for potential in what the world would call the worst of the worst, but we're like, nah, there's hope in there, yeah?
Well, that's it. So I'm happy to give a bit of my background right, when you're ready for it, because I'll explain why I do what I do as well.
Okay, perfect. All right.
So that's up when you're ready for that. I'll
get into that. Okay.
Righto.
Easy day. Easy that. What we'll do, I'll ask one more question and then we'll get into like the nuts and bolts of it. So, what's a typical day in your life? So, like when you're not working with young people, when you're at home chilling, what does that look like?
Well, that's exactly what I do. It's just chill. Because I go 7 days a week.
Yep.
And
Wow.
my phone goes 24/7. So I hadn't even had a phone call this morning at 4:30 in the morning
Oh my.
from a woman who was trying to.
Yep.
Right. So and was up in 2 West.
Yep.
Right. So yeah. So I don't have a typical day.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yes.
But we're Trim's Cafe. Everyone knows that I'm here, and people bring people to me. Like, hence I've got support coordinators over there with people that she
Yep.
brings to me that I actually work with. Like young
Yep.
bloke over there, Daniel.
Yep.
Right, he actually comes to our fishing group, but was introduced to me through
Oh wow.
the support coordinator, NDIS.
There you go.
And I spend time with him,
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah.
others, right. Like I said, people, a lot of the support coordinators in different organisations will
Yeah.
bring the people to me,
Yep.
and then I'll spend time with them.
You get the work done. Yeah.
Right.
That's
Because I do a lot of counselling,
good. Okay.
right?
Yep.
And but my counselling is you don't want to be counselled by me because I tell you what's wrong with you.
But it's one session though, which is good. One session and then you
No,
come
no.
right.
No, not one. It takes more than that. But like I said, I call a spade a spade.
Yes, you're honest.
Right.
That's what we need though.
Yeah, well, we
Yeah.
certainly do. The young people love it.
Yeah.
Right, and people that are actually going through a hard time, right, that are actually got complications in their lives.
Yep.
Righto? We could say it's mental health and all that kind of stuff. But it's just complications.
Yes.
Right? And it's areas in their lives that they've not really dealt with.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now, like, we can go to social workers and different organisations and everything like that. But unless you're dealing with the hurt in their life
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
causes them to be like
The
that.
roots.
The roots, like I said, in a minute, right? I'll
Yep.
give you the idea of why I do this from when I was a kid to where I am today.
Okay. That's
Right?
powerful, yeah.
So your viewers
Yeah. Yeah.
can understand why I do what I do and that you can change.
That's it. Okay. That's
Righto?
cool.
So that's the beautiful thing about where I come from.
I like it. So yeah, guys, next question. Check this out. Glenn. Because like this kind of work is not just work you go and study at uni for, or you go to TAFE to kind of learn to do what you do. It requires passion, it requires dedication, it requires patience because you don't get the results immediately.
No.
Like what's this energy that pushes you to do what you do?
All right. As I said, we'll get into it a bit more in a minute.
Yep.
But I've got part of our organisation called That's the Thing About Fishing.
Yep.
And I explain why I use this logo.
Yep.
It's called Changing Lives, One Life at a Time.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
spending your time trying to help that person
Yep.
to change their life into a positive thing. All right? And hopefully that myself and my volunteers become role models as well.
Yes.
All right? So they actually listen to what we've got to say. And you like I said, your viewers will understand a little bit deeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Once I actually really open up
Yep.
why I do what I do.
Yep. Okay, cool. So I think, Glenn, I think you're ready for it. You can just let loose, man. Tell us, why do you do what you do, man? Like, just
Right.
let us know.
Here we go.
That's it.
Right. The moment I was conceived, and we see that a lot of psychologists and everything say, give me a child from the age of 3 or 4 to the age of 6 or 7, and I'll
Yep.
tell you how that child will turn out.
Yep.
But that's not true. Give me a child from the day they're conceived, conception. Like myself, I was an accident by a drunken father
Yep.
and a drunken mother. They didn't want me. So all of a sudden in the womb, I've got rejection, insecurity. A whole lot has already been developed in that womb. And then when I was born, I had, like I said, I had an alcoholic real father and an alcoholic mother. They separated.
Yeah.
And then my mother remarried again to an Italian.
Yep.
And he was an alcoholic.
Oh, wow.
So from as long as I can remember, I went through such abuse,
Yeah.
bashings, hidings, middle of winter, thrown outside naked with no clothes on.
Yep.
Right, locked up in outhouses back in my day.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
The toilets used to be outside in the building.
Okay.
Little box building, locked up in chicken pens and things like that. The abuse that I got was unbelievable, right? And so that is putting into me, right?
Yeah.
So it's building on the rejection, the insecurity, the abandonment, from not having a mother.
All that hurt, yeah.
Right, all just building and building and building up. Right? To whereas I started running away. My sister, she ran away first because she got the same, and she was actually my stepfather.
Yep.
Right? She started running away. And then all of it come onto me then.
Yeah.
On the
Oh,
whole
gosh. Yeah.
Right? So I started running away at 11. And so what do you do to survive at 11? Right? And hence, I understand a lot of the kids that are out there today.
You can relate.
Very much so. Because at 11, how do you survive? Right? Although the kids these days have got people like yourself into school programs and things like that a lot. We didn't have that. So what happened? I got caught stealing, breaking into shops and milk bars.
Yep.
So what happens? I got locked up the first time.
Or you get caught up in the system.
I was stuck. I was made a ward of the state. I was locked up in a place called Mittagong in New South Wales. I'm from New South Wales, believe it or not.
Okay.
Hence why I follow rugby and Melbourne Storm.
Yeah, go Melbourne Storm.
Right. But my first lockup was at 11 going on 12.
Oh, wow.
Right. Up at Mittagong. And what do you you learn in there? You learn a life of crime, but also I had a couple of guys try to. I know, and there was a guy, I'll never forget his name. His name was.
Yep.
Come from Granville in Sydney, where I come from.
Yep.
Punched the living daylights out of these two guys, then took me around behind the toilets and punched the living daylights out of me.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going, what are you doing with the tears pouring out of my eyes and everything like that? I said, what are you doing that? And he said, because, Glenn, if you don't learn how to fight in these places, you're either going to be used, stood over the whole lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So I learned straight off a life of violence.
Yeah, yeah.
All right? How to fight. Anyway.
And at a place where you're supposed to be getting rehabilitation and all that.
Well, that's right.
It had the opposite effect,
There's no such thing as rehabilitation in those places.
Yeah.
And this is going into the 60s.
Wow, look at that.
Right? So there's no such thing as rehabilitation in those days. You were just locked up, made it part of the system. I get out of Mittagong, right? So what's the first thing I do? I've got to survive. So I moved to Goulburn and I got pinched for robbing.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Right?
Because you got to make this money now.
Yeah. So I'm locked up again in a place called Darrick. Right? And then, of course, I get out of Darrick because they only hold you under 15 and they stick you in a boarding house, right? And the boarding house, right, at 15, you're sitting there with blokes that have grown up, 18, 19, so you're drinking and everything like that. And because I could fight and all that kind of stuff, I become the local would-be leader.
Ah, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
I know we got into a big gang fight down at Ashfield in Sydney, and I got charged for 2 malicious woundings, right, and everything like that. So here I go again, back to Mount Penang.
Oh, my,
and I'm sentenced from, what they call a general committal till I was 18. But if I didn't behave myself to 21, I get locked up in Long Bay.
Oh, gosh.
Righto. But I behaved myself, I sucked it up, and I ended up getting out at 18. So what was my first job? I like to fight.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's a skill you had.
Right? That was because and I still suffered insecurity and rejection and all the abandonment. So my security blanket became alcohol.
Yeah.
Right? And violence. So my first job was on the front door of the Pink Pussycat.
Yep.
A strip club in King's Cross at 18 years old.
Wow.
So I worked on and off. One of my people would probably say, why is he doing this for? What's this? But this explains that I understand what I'm talking about, why I do what I do today.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So I'll get a bit deeper in a second.
Yep.
Righto? So I've been stabbed a few times, shot at, the whole lot, right? So I got battle scars all over me. Right?
Yep.
Right, from working King's Cross. Anyway, my last stabbing bad one in 1980, I moved to Melbourne.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, in Melbourne, the best place to live was St Kilda.
Okay. Wow.
Right, because they said it was the mini King's Cross.
Yeah.
Within a couple of months, I had the girls working for me on the streets. They were working out of a place called 14 Carlisle Street, right? All the girls, street. And heroin and drugs, and heroin was a bad thing. I hate drugs, despise it. When I worked across, the first thing I come across with drugs real badly,
Oh wow.
right, was a 15-year-old girl with a needle hanging out of her arm
Oh wow.
and died in my arms, OD'd,
Yep.
right? So I hate drugs. But I still lived around it.
Yes.
And now I saw these young girls, using and everything like that. Right, like I said, I never got into that part of it, but I still, right, into the violence and everything like that. Anyway, what happens? You meet a woman.
Yep.
What do they do to you?
Fall
They
in
want you
love.
to they want you to change. They want you to become good.
Yeah.
Right? So I did.
Yep.
Right. And anyway, I started to, like I was a bouncer and bodyguard, right? That's what I done. I still done that, but
That was your skill, right? Fighting.
that was it.
That was
Fighting.
your thing. Yeah.
But I thought, well, I'm going to go straight. I'm going to be good.
Okay.
So I thought, I've always wanted to sell cars.
Yep.
So my first job was Mulgrave Mazda.
Oh, nice.
Righto. This was back in '85.
Yep.
Righto. Because I thought, well, if you're going to rip people off, I might as well rip them off honestly.
Yeah, it's the best way. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there you go.
Sell a car, I'm ripping them off honestly. Nah, that was a joke. Anyway. But like I said, my security, I'm sorry the band, my dog actually took a piece out of my hand the other day.
Yep.
Right. It's not from fighting.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Fighting's retired.
No, my dog bit me accidentally. But anyway, like I said, my security was violence and alcohol.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yep.
One day in 1985, I was blind drunk.
Yep.
All right, and got into a massive blue. Coppers turned up. All right, trying to put me in the back of the divvy van. Right, so all of a sudden, I'm charged 5 assault, police, resisting arrest, the whole
Oh,
lot.
wow, yeah.
Right. Now, I have been to the Bluestone colleges.
Yeah.
I've done time in Pentridge.
Yep.
Done time in Bogger Road, Waco in Queensland, and done time at Beechworth.
Wow,
So I've
yeah.
done time in the big houses. And then I thought, geez, I'm definitely going to go. And I've got a 2-year-old boy.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And we weren't married, we were just living together.
Yep.
Righto. And anyway, I thought, oh no, I'm going to go to jail. For sure. I'm going to go back there again. Anyway, I got let out on bail. And anyway, I hope you don't mind, I'm going to talk a bit of Christianity.
Yeah, go for it.
Righto.
Yeah.
One thing that happened when I was getting bashed at home when I was a little kid, about 7 or 8, one of the things they used to get rid of me on Sunday mornings and send me to Sunday school.
Oh.
Right? And I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But they actually took me to a Billy Graham crusade,
Okay.
right, back in the 60s.
Yeah.
Right, and I was Sydney in the big football ground cricket ground up there. Anyway, he was given, because I never used to get anything as a kid, he was giving away colouring in books.
Yep.
If kids gave their life to the Lord, he'd give away colouring in books.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Right? So I didn't know what I was doing. I just wanted one of those colouring in books. So
Yeah.
I went out the front and said, yeah, give me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I gave my life to the Lord. I
Yeah.
was about 7 or 8. Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a funny thing. I was at home, right, not long after that, and I was going through an absolute violent. I was throwing them naked on the lino floor, bucket of water thrown over me.
Yep.
Right, and I was crying and everything like that. Anyway, they come out and they said, get into your bedroom. So I was allowed to go back in my own bed, which very rarely I slept in my
Yep.
bed. Then all of a sudden, my whole room just completely lit up.
Wow.
Completely lit up.
Yep.
And I wasn't scared. And this giant figure bent over and touched me and said, Glenn, I'm going to be with you all your life. So although I was clinically dead a couple of times at King's Cross, I got stabbed and everything like that, I didn't know at the time, God had still actually had something for me.
Of course, yeah, still protecting you.
Right? 1985, like I said, after I got out on bail from Oakley lockup, I got back to the unit, and Gal opens the door, and I fell on my knees and said, I need God.
Oh, my.
Because as I was walking over the big freeway bridge, I thought I was still drunk.
Yeah.
And this voice behind me, two or three times, turned around and says, Glenn, I want you now.
Wow.
I want you. And I thought I was still drunk. Anyway, all Gal's family were all churchies.
Sure.
Righto? And because of where I come from and everything like that, I thought, this is a good way to manipulate the system.
Yeah.
I'll go to the church, I'll get the minister to write me a nice reference saying he's been a good boy for a few months, he's been coming to church every week and blah, blah, blah. Join some groups. And well, like I said, I spent 17 years in the church.
Sure.
Righto?
Yeah.
Done Bible. We moved to Frankston in 86, late 85, early 86. Went to CRC up at the top of the Mullenduck Road here, done Bible College up there in the late 80s.
Yep.
Got involved with the AOGs, the Assemblies of God.
Yep.
And got into the ministry of working on the streets.
Nice.
Right? And predominantly working with full-on heroin addicts and street people. Worked in with Teen Challenge, right?
Okay.
To whereas we'd grab them, I'd actually detox them cold turkey.
Yep.
Right?
That's not easy. That's an ugly
that's
job right there.
It's a hard one.
Yeah.
And I'd stay with them, I'd minister to them, or counsel them and everything like that for a couple of months, and then we'd send them to Kyabra, right, to Teen Challenge.
Yep.
Right? Well, good thing about Teen Challenge at that time, right, 75% success rate, right, with the heroin addicts. And when I was in Waco, which is a jail in Queensland, I read a book.
Okay.
Right? And I didn't know it. It was interesting. And it was Run Baby Run.
Oh.
David Wilkinson and Nicky Cruz.
Yeah.
I read that book whilst I was in jail.
That's powerful, yeah.
Righto? So if anyone wants to read it, it's a fantastic, powerful book. Righto?
Okay.
Yeah, so, and David Wilkinson is actually the founder of Teen Challenge.
Yes, he's a good teacher, that one, yeah.
Anyway, so I spent 17 years in the church. Right? My marriage broke down.
Yep.
Right, and most of that was my fault.
Yep.
You know why?
Why?
Because, as I said, I still suffered a lot of rejection. Right? I still suffered a lot of anger. I still suffered a lot of, right?
Because historically,
unforgiveness.
Yep.
A whole lot. I suffered all that. And I'm thinking to myself, this is no good because I'm taking this out of my ex-wife, right?
Yeah.
Right? And so we're still friends, right? I've got 2 beautiful kids.
Yep.
Right?
I think I met your son.
Yeah, you met my son.
Yeah.
I had 2 beautiful kids, right? But at the time, I caused the problems.
Yep.
So we separated, but I was still going to church. And anyway, one day I went to a church, and there was a Rob Buckingham's church over at Cheltenham. All right, and anyway, the bloke comes in and he actually preached on unforgiveness.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, unbelievable. You know, and I'm listening to it, and the tears are starting to come down my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I knew they were talking to me. Right? And unforgiveness is one of the most powerful sins there is. Because it says, right, scripturally, if you do not forgive, you are a servant, a bondservant, and you are a slave to that sin. Not that person, that sin. Right? So here I am, and it took me 12 months or so, and I'm saying, how can I forgive a violent mother
Yeah,
who
yeah.
hated me, who even got up in the courtroom and said, he's not my son, he's nothing but a criminal,
Wow,
and
yeah.
I never want to see him again. She got up in the courtroom and said that to
Yeah,
the magistrate. So how do you forgive that? How do you forgive a stepfather that used to bash you and treat you like rubbish? How do you forgive your real father, right, who just left you and abandoned you?
Yeah, yeah.
So all those hurts were there. Shocking hurts were there. They were bad. But once the penny dropped, and I couldn't do it, you can't do it in your own self,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Once I learnt the key of forgiving the person. You don't forgive the action,
Yes.
but you forgive the person.
Person, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Because that person, you don't know what they've gone through
Mm.
themselves. But if you forgive that person, and you don't have to be a Christian to do that,
Yep.
right? You can be anyone. And a lot of the counselling that I do today, the first thing I go to is dealing with unforgiveness.
Yes.
And dealing
Get that foundation right, yeah.
teaching them to, and many kids that I've talked to on that, even the young ones that only a couple of weeks ago, I talked not the whole lot of this, but I spoke to them, and it was 2 or 3 girls or kids that come up to me crying because I talked on forgiveness.
Wow, look at that, yeah.
Righto? So, but once I learnt that, right, it doesn't mean I still don't get annoyed and angry.
Yeah, yeah.
But I control everything now. I don't deal with rejection.
Yeah,
I don't deal with insecurity.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? I don't deal with unforgiveness. There's not a person, I don't believe there's a person that walks this earth that has done wrong by me that I haven't forgiven.
That's good,
I
yeah.
don't hold anything against them.
Yep, that's good.
Hence why I do what I do today.
That's good. I like that, yeah.
Now, what I do, and anyway, as I said, my marriage broke down. I went back into security.
Yep.
All right, because I knew what I was doing.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And just because I was still believing doesn't mean that you can't be a security.
Yeah, 100%.
Righto?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you don't have to be violent. Actually, sometimes some of the Christians that I've known are the best security officers alive because we know how to talk our way out of a fight.
De-escalate, yeah, that's it. That's the key.
So, which is a brilliant thing.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, 2006. Right. There was an incident in Newquay. 3 drunks attacked me. Dropped 2 of them. Third one I took to the ground. My left leg went under the other one.
Yeah.
And I snapped my ankle like that.
Wow.
All right. I've had 9 operations on this left leg.
Yep.
I got pins in it.
Wow.
Right. So, and that's, I was in a wheelchair, in and out of wheelchair for 5 years. But being a mad fisherman, I used to get my home help to drop me down the pier on my wheelchair.
Oh.
And I'll be down there fishing.
Okay.
I don't know. And I'll be down there fishing and people would turn up, mums would turn up with their kids. Right? And they got a piece of plastic and they put it on the hook and expecting to catch a fish. And I'd call them and say, no. So I'd rig up their rod for them, the kids, put a bit of bait on it, throw it in, they catch a toadie and they were hooked.
Oh, nice. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I used to have homeless people and people suffering mental health would come and just sit with me. Once had a big sign, you got a problem, come and talk to Glenn.
There you go. Yeah.
Right, so that happened. Then as soon as I got out of the wheelchair, my leg was in a
Cost.
brace.
Brace, yep.
Righto. I was down at Mornington Pier fishing every day.
Oh, wow.
Right, I met a friend down there called Nui, Brian Rowley, and I actually I was filming at the time too.
Yep.
Right, we had our own bit of a fishing film show.
Yep.
And then I was actually asked to set up a radio show. Right?
Yep.
So I set up a radio show up at Mornington
Okay. That's
fishing
good.
show. Right? That's the thing about fishing with Guru Glenn.
Nice.
So anyway, one day Nui said to me, he said, Glenn, why don't we do a kids clinic?
There you go.
I said, yeah, right. So I advertised it. At that time we weren't on Facebook.
Yep.
Right, so I just advertised on the radio show. We had 2 kids turn up.
Okay.
Right? And it was windy. The waves were hitting over the pier. And the 2 kids would turn up. One of them was Nui's son. Right? So, but that was over 10 years ago.
Wow.
And then one day I'm sitting down at Mornington Pier and a group come down, connecting to, right, a bunch of disabilities.
Yep.
And they had these cheap $10 rods, Right? We had rods. I had rods in my car, so I actually shared the rods with them and
Yeah.
helped them do some fishing. Right? But, once that was our first disability group.
That is so good.
Right, and today, right, we've grown from there, right, to whereas, well, unfortunately, COVID went down a little bit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, COVID messed everything up.
Right?
Yeah.
But before COVID, we'd done roughly around 350
That
clinics
is
a
so
year
good. Yeah.
with nearly 3,000 attendees.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and like I said, that's just part. And then, of course, what I do in the background as well.
Yes.
Every
Yes.
day. I'm just working with people, talking to people.
Giving that care.
Right?
Yeah.
Giving that care. So maybe now you understand where I come from.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Love that story. It shows like the journey, like it was an overnight thing. It's like it's a quality project because you're not just presenting theory. Like you coming with like life experience. There's a real story that's attached to it. Yeah, I love it. Wendy, what's your thoughts? Any comments?
I really appreciate the story that you've told because it shows resilience, and I think a lot of young people need to hear that no matter what they're going through, that they can get through it. So I think that's
absolutely.
extremely important. Yeah.
No.
So like the tail end of this interview is, and like that's the whole idea behind even our YouTube channel and the commission project. It's to try to like create a space a space where we as a community can discuss what we can do more, like what can we add to support guys like yourself who are already in the journey, who are doing things, because clearly the workload it's huge and we need more resources, and you who's on the ground, whose boots are on the ground, know more than any politician and any just random parents and any person what the need is. So what would you speak into when it comes to the state supporting you, or the councils, or whoever the powers that be are?
Oh, mate, well, actually, talking about council,
Yep.
got a shock yesterday. Oh, well, it wasn't. I knew about it a couple of weeks ago. Last night, we're up at the council, right? We were just given a grant for $10,000 to put towards the program.
Congratulations. There you go.
So-
Love it. Yeah,
so-
high five on that, man. Nice. There you go.
As the
Yeah.
council said,
That is good.
and the mayor, Chris, come down to one of the clinics and he didn't realise the exact work that we actually do
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to kids and stuff like
That is so good.
So it was good. So the other camp, I've actually getting a phone call from Paul Edbrooks, our local MP.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so he wants to catch up and we're going to have a talk.
That's good.
Right,
I like
because
it.
I've got a lot of ideas, as you would know,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Especially when it comes to violence and street violence and everything like that, right? The thing about it is, there's some of these kids do need to be locked up.
Yes.
They need to go in there. But it was like me, because going back, it must have been 6 years ago, just before COVID, a place called Darrick, which I was in,
Yep.
right? There's 64 prison wardens
Yeah, yeah.
that have been charged for sexual abuse.
Look at that.
Right,
Wow.
through
Yeah,
the state system. Right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all employed by New South Wales government.
yeah, yeah.
Right? Anyway, they actually got me up there, right? And I took on the New South Wales government.
There you go.
And I
Yep.
got a 2-page letter of an apology from DHS for what they did to me as a kid.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And even writing down, as we were supposed to have rehabilitation,
Yep, yep.
there was actually no rehabilitation. It just towards your
Wow.
life of crime.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
got a 2-page letter of an apology
Yeah.
from DHS, New South Wales government,
That's so good.
right? But this is what I want to catch up with Paul and have a talk to him, right? It's no use locking these kids up, right? A lot of them do need to be locked up.
Yeah,
Back in
yeah.
my day, you got locked up.
Yes,
But
yes.
the problem was there was no rehabilitation.
There's no rehabilitation.
What
Yep.
we need to do is put these kids in a place where we can set up projects for them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Whether it be mechanics, whether it be boats,
Yeah.
right? And that's one of the things that I've got a passion for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Is getting 10, 15 kids and teaching them how to rebuild and fiberglass and rewire, redo the engines and everything like that,
Yeah,
boat.
yeah.
right? And teaching them a trade.
There you go.
And so that's where we need to be more proactive.
Put a skill in your hands, yeah?
Yeah.
And like it may not solve the problem entirely, but at least it'll help
That's right.
empower them, help
Yep.
support them to be contributing members of the community. I like that.
But the more we've got people like yourself that are actually in the school system itself as
Yep,
well,
yep.
right? Trying to help put in special projects and everything like
In
that.
schools, yeah, yeah.
In schools, righto. All right, and I've got to speak now. You got a group here called Street Peace
Oh yeah, they
that
do
are
a good
around
job.
the street all the time,
Yeah,
righto, and they're doing a great job.
yeah.
And this is what we need to do as a community,
Yes,
right? We need to come together.
and be hands-on.
That's it.
Yeah, because talk is cheap. Talk
It
is
is.
cheap. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, cool. I like that. So,
Yeah.
guys, we're gonna round up this interview now, but we got to ask Glenn one last question.
No.
Before we round up, Wendy's gonna ask that question. So before we do that, I just want to make sure if you're out there, you're a businessman, you're out there, you're a community leader, you're a council person, you're in the government, please let's support Glenn. Let's support projects like this. Let's have the conversation. Let's have the discussion. Let's look at our budgets. Let's look at what we can do practically to help our community. It's no use complaining about young people if we are not actively trying to empower them and
right.
just give them something in their hands to use. So a pause for thought moment. Let's give them that. To be like, look, dude, before you do the crime, think about it. Here's a skill in your hand. This can empower you. Let's do it, guys. I'm challenging you. I'm inviting you. Okay? Cool stuff. Wendy.
All right, Glenn. So one last question that we have for you is, how many alarms do you use in the morning to wake up?
None.
None. Okay, that's a goal.
Automatically wake up between 4 and 4:30 every day.
That is
I have
good.
done it all my life.
That is
I
good.
don't use an alarm. Only when if I've got a meeting at night and I'm going to have a little bit of a scan.
Yep, yep.
Senior citizens afternoon nap.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Love it. All righty,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah, that was our episode with Glenn from That's the Thing About Fishing. Anyway, if you've seen this video up all the way through to the end, please don't forget, guys, to subscribe, like, click that bell notification, and please share. Spread the word. Peace.
Amen.